Welcome to my Oktoberfest episode. It's gonna be a party. There's definitely gonna be some sausage and some buns and some sauerkraut and of course mustard. We should have made my shirt mustard color. You know, like in the flag. This is sabotage. One of my producers is Italian and she accidentally got the German t-shirt in the Dutch colors. Everybody's mad because you know Germany won the World Cup. Where do you think I got this? This cake is going to be wunderbar. Guys, we have to do this right because all of Germany is going to subscribe to How to Cake It. Do you know how efficient Germans are? They have like one giant subscribe button and all of Germany will be subscribed. And then they'll drive off in their Volkswagens and be like, das ist gut. For my bun, I bake a 10-inch square vanilla cake. And for my sausage, I bake a 6-inch square vanilla cake. But before baking, I dye the batter using Wilton orange and burgundy icing colors until I get that sort of, you know, Frankfurter color. I begin by carving my bun cake. I cut it in half. And then I made myself these handy bun templates. Right there, see that? See how it's a bun? I begin by tracing out my bun shape on each half, and I just trace around my template with a sharp knife. So I need to cut off any caramelization from the bottom. I cut off about 1/4 inch and leave a nice white surface. And then I round out and soften the cake because we don't want just like a square bun. So start in the middle all the way around, round it out down to the bottom. I have 2 perfect bun halves. I crumb coat them with my Italian meringue buttercream. If you want to make my favorite Italian meringue buttercream, there is a link below. Click it and you can watch the video tutorial. Once my bun halves are crumb coated, I put them in the fridge to chill and move on to my sausage. I begin by leveling my 6-inch square vanilla cake that has been dyed to look like a Frankfurter. You know that color, right? They don't make Frankfurter food coloring. Maybe they do in Germany. They should. I level off the top and I level off the bottom of the cake, and then I cut the cake evenly into 9 cubes. I'm like the efficiency fairy. You wake up, I'm like, Guten Morgen, Guten Morgen. I'm not taking your tooth, I'm not bringing you love. Efficiency. That's what you should wish for. I cut each one of my cake cubes using a 1 3/4 inch circle cutter. And then I take about 1/2 cup of buttercream and dye it using the same icing colors I used to dye my cake batter. Now that I have my cake prepped and the buttercream is ready, I am going to assemble a sausage. What I need to do is take each one of my little round cylinders and butt them up against each other. I'm gonna lay the sausage down and I'm gonna use just a little bit of buttercream in between to sandwich and stick them together until I have a long sausage. I actually want it to be a little longer than my bun. You don't want a sausage on a bun where it's like the sausage is buried in the bun. That is annoying. There needs to be a lot of meat. Sausage assembly is serious. I then take a sharp knife and just round off the edges because the sausage is not square at the end. Once my sausage cake is assembled, my ends are nice and rounded. I use the same burgundy colored buttercream that I used to sandwich the cake together to crumb coat the cake and chill it. My crumb coat is nice and chilled. I'm going to ice my 2 bun cakes and my sausage cake one more time and put them back in the fridge to chill. My relation to Germany is that my father is German, which makes me half German. Das ist gut, das ist gut. While the cakes are chilling, I prep my fondant. For the fondant I'm using to cover the bun, I have dyed it using Wilton Ivory, and for the fondant that I'm going to use to cover the sausage cake, I've dyed it using the same orange and burgundy by Wilton to match the buttercream and the cake. Time to cover my bun cakes. What I did is I placed them next to each other. These templates are handy. I place them on a board next to each other like this with a bit of space in between. I lay my fondant over my 2 bun cakes and smooth it out, this time just using my hand because a bun really wouldn't be really sort of square and straight. So I want to be careful of using the smoother here. I use my hands. I do use the smoother along the bottom edges of the bun. And then I trim away all of the fondant along the bun, leaving the piece intact between the 2 buns. And then I trim away all of the excess fondant around the bun. The bun. The bun. This here is my other half. This is not German. This is my island coming through. It's just like a teeter-totter, you know? Now I can move on to my sausage cake. I roll out my burgundy fondant long enough and wide enough to go around the entire sausage. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna turn my fondant over once I've rolled it out, brush off any excess icing sugar, and then I'm gonna pick up my sausage cake and lay it onto my fondant and wrap the fondant around. You need to flip the fondant over because the underside of your fondant has a lot of icing sugar from rolling. So make sure to flip that over. That's the side you want to adhere to the cake, and you want the nice smooth side that was hitting your rolling pin to be the outside of your sausage. I cut a seam along the sausage where the fondant meets, and I make sure that that seam is going to be on the bottom of the sausage. And then at the ends, I trim away the excess fondant, and then I sort of try to pinch it into the center. You know the way a sausage looks pinched at the end. And I further enhance those marks using a sculpting tool just to bring all those lines to the center of the sausage. Time to bake. Sorry, I feel my efficiency dwindling. Just shh. It's time to paint both my bun and sausage cakes. This bun is looking a little flat and my sausage clearly needs to be grilled. I'm going to paint both my bun and my sausage using Wilton Ivory mixed with some clear alcohol. Alcohol evaporates much quicker than water, so the less wet on your fondant, the better. I try to use it really sparingly. I just want to do 1 coat. I just want to bring this bun to life. This bun needs a little bit more baking. It needs to be golden. I paint my sausage cake with the same food coloring, but it gives a different effect because the base color is different than the bun. So the sausage really looks cooked now. It looks awesome. And then I take a little sculpting tool and make marks in the sausage on the diagonal, like grill marks. And then I darken those grill marks by mixing a little bit of brown food coloring into my paint and just paint it into the grill marks. Now that all my cakes are painted, I'm going to set them aside to dry, and in the meantime, I need to get my condiments ready. Eating a sausage on a bun without mustard and sauerkraut is like eating cake without Italian meringue buttercream. It's inefficient. To make my sauerkraut, I am using some shredded dried coconut. I'm going to dye it using some avocado food coloring from Cake Craft and a little bit of golden yellow food coloring from Wilton. I dilute my food coloring with a little bit of alcohol, and then I stir in some clear piping jelly and some glycerin. I toss this mixture with my coconut to get the perfect sauerkraut, sweet sauerkraut. You know why I didn't need sauerkraut as a model? Because when I was young, I used to make sauerkraut with my dad. I know exactly what color it is. The sauerkraut is done. It is time to make my mustard. Correction, my grainy mustard. I'm using Wilton Buttercup Yellow mixed into some of my Italian meringue buttercream to make mustard. And then you will not believe what I did. This is how efficient I am. I took sprinkles, which come multicolored, but I only wanted yellow, orange, and red. So I sat for a couple of hours while watching TV and feeding my son and picked out yellow, orange, and red. I will go the length. I will. I take my carefully selected sprinkles, they've made the cut, and I dump them into my now yellow buttercream and stir it up to get the look of grainy mustard. I actually might like mustard more than buttercream. Sorry. For my onions, I once again went to coconut. I used dried coconut and it's in big shards. I actually never saw it before. My bulk store just started selling it and I was like, onions! So what I do is I use my strip cutter and I place some green food coloring along the strips using a paintbrush. And then I just take that strip cutter and like mark the end of my coconut to get those green veins that you see on the outside of an onion. You know what, even though I'm half German, I love that my West Indian side just came along to marry my German side. You knew I couldn't resist coconut. My sausage, my bun, and my condiments are ready. It's time to bring these two worlds together. I need to pick up my 2 bun cakes as one. So I slide a long metal spatula under both bun cakes and then try to pick them up as quickly as I can and fold them onto each other. Now it's time to add my sausage. I need to be careful when picking it up because I don't want to wreck my gorgeous grill marks. And what I need to do is use both hands here and sort of prop open my bun and place the sausage in the bun. It's time for condiments! We're gonna dress this baby up. It's Oktoberfest. I add my sauerkraut along the bottom bun. When I see mustard commercials, I think, how many times did they squeeze out that mustard to get that perfect line? You know they did it. It's not one take. I did it in one take because I'm half German. I placed it in a piping bag so that I could squeeze it out in that beautiful, you know, that perfect squiggly line. I used a number 11 piping tip for my mustard. I wanted a good amount of mustard. Now I'm gonna place each one of my onion slices under the top half of the bun. I'm carefully, strategically placing them. I don't want them to fall off and I'm not using any kind of glue to put them in there. Everybody, it's Oktoberfest! I gotta get ready. I'm going to Oktoberfest. Stop laughing, Jocelyn. I need some beer. I actually don't like beer. Now all the Germans are gonna unsubscribe. My efficiency wand! Speaking of efficiency, you guys should all subscribe to How to Cake It. Like these videos, give me a thumbs up, tell your friends, share it, comment below. My dirndl. The best part about this cake is that it's time to eat it. A lot of you have written to me and asked me if I share my cakes with my crew. Yes, I don't just sit here and eat them and make them watch me. This time I invited Chet, the guy behind the camera, in front of the camera to share this cake with me. Everyone, this is Chet from behind the camera.
Oh, snap. This is so big.
I don't even know where to begin with this. Seriously? Okay, let's just go. Let's go.
Jesus.
Chet, how was it?
Really good.
That means wunderbar. Should I offer them a bite?
Yeah, they'll love it.
Guys, you want a bite? Can I please say hello to my family in Wehr, Germany? Hello. I can't roll my R's, that's why I can't speak German. Prost. See, it's so dry when I say it. Prost. No, don't include that. Prost. Oh, you did it good. You did it really good. Are you German?